In the year 2600 BC, the movie begins in the Kondak region. While the land prospered for ages, things changed when the despotic King Akhton took control and forced his subjects into servitude so they could mining a potent substance called Eternium. To acquire the power of a gigantic demon, Akhton fashioned the crown of Sabak. A senior citizen discovers Eternium and is pursued for it by other slaves in the goal of receiving compensation from the king. The man is helped to escape by a child, who also gives one of the king's troops the Eternium. The elderly guy is stabbed and tossed off a cliff in place of a reward. The boy's father yanks him away and cautions him against attempting to play the role of a hero. The youngster later steals the Eternium from the soldier and flees, but he is finally apprehended and given the death penalty. The youngster is selected as the Council of Wizards champion and given the Shazam abilities just before he is supposed to be executed when his body vanishes and he makes an appearance before them. However, the legend states that the champion confronted Akhton and destroyed him in his palace before vanishing forever. Currently, a mercenary group known as Intergang is in charge of Kondak. Adriana Thomas, a wanted fugitive, enters a security checkpoint with her brother Kareem, as well as friends Samir and Ismail Gregor. The group arrives at a cave where Adriana is looking for the crown of Sabak in order to do research there. Samir's body plunges off the precipice as Kareem waits in the van. After Adriana succeeds in obtaining the crown, Intergang mercenaries appear and seize the other three at gunpoint. The lead merc forces her to give over the crown under threat of death while holding a gun to her head. Kareem and Adriana manage to flee, but Adam discovers them and uses helicopters and tanks to kill more mercenaries. Adam is hit by the explosion of an Eternium rocket fired at him as he approaches their van. When he tries to fly away, he stumbles and Adriana takes him in. It turns out that Ismail is still alive because he is in charge of Intergang and desired the crown for himself. He orders the additional agents to find Adriana. As Amanda Waller listens, heroic Carter Hall/Hoffman discusses Adam's awakening and the mayhem he left behind. She asks him to assemble the Justice Society of America, which consists of Ken Nelson/Dr. Fate, who wields sorceress abilities, Al Rothstein/Adam Smasher, who can grow in size thanks to a suit he inherited from his uncle, and Maxine Hunkel/Cyclone, who can control wind and sound. To deliver Adam to Waller, they take off by air to Kondak. Fate gets a vision of disaster and what appears to be Hawkman being killed when she touches the helmet. Adam awakens in the bedroom of Adriana's son Amon, a superhero enthusiast who is eager to meet the Kondak champion. Although Adam claims he is not a hero, he enters the wall and formally encounters Adriana and Kareem. Kareem describes how the residents view him as a hero and protector. Adam flies into the city and spots the champion's statue. To catch Adam's eye, Amon hires some Intergang mercs to pursue him. It succeeds, and Adam starts to attack the mercs, drawing the Justice Society's attention. Before they pursue Adam, Hawkman and Fate detach from their plane to rescue the two mercenaries he left behind. Before Cyclone and Smasher arrive, Adam engages the two in combat. Adriana confronts the Justice Society, despite their best attempts, and accuses him of failing to assist Kondak during the time when Intergang was taking control. Adam is the first person to give the mercenaries what they deserve. However, Hawkman does not believe that they should be killed in order to be prosecuted. Adriana locates Adam and tells him what the Justice Society has taught her about Adam's real history. When Adam unleashed his power to slay the king, it allegedly did so out of retaliation and completely devastated not only Akhton and his army, but also a sizable portion of Kondak. Then, in the cave Adriana discovered Adam and the wizards imprisoned him. When Adriana asks Adam to safeguard Amon, he takes out after the Justice Society try to drag him inside. Ismail enters Adriana's apartment and points his rifle at Amon and Kareem because he is aware that they are in possession of the crown. Amon tries to flee after Kareem battles Ismail for a while, but Kareem is shot. Amon is being pursued by the Intergang mercs until Adam shows up and gives him another beating. Ismail seizes Amon before taking off on a hoverbike. Adam pursues him with the assistance of the Justice Society. Ismail unfortunately gets away. At the flat, where Fate is seen to Kareem's wound, everyone gathers. Adriana is also advised by Fate not to hold herself responsible for Intergang killing her husband. Adam tries to intimidate the two mercenaries into providing information. When the team gathers them to question them, Ismail is on his way to a mine, according to one of them. When Adam and Hoffman disagree over how to conduct business, They get into a fight and trash the apartment until they find the crown stashed away in Alma's room. Adriana and Cyclone attempt to read the lettering on the crown as they make their way to the mine. When Adriana first read it, she thought it said, "Life is the only road to death," but it turns out she had it backwards and it actually says, "Death is the only path to life." Kent then shares with Carter his vision while also expressing optimism that there will be a way to alter his future. When they get to the mine, Adam kills more mercenaries until they come across Ishmael and Amon, the latter of whom had been counting on Adam showing up with the crown. Ishmael tries to shoot Amon despite Adriana being forced to give it up for his life before donning the crown. Adam is able to fly quickly enough to deflect the projectile, but when his powers activate, Ishmael is scorched to death. However, Hawkman covers Adriana with his wings, Fate protects Amon, and Smasher shields Cyclone from the blast. Adam tries to fly away after realizing how much damage he's done and after hurting Amon. After Ishmael brought up the name Hurrit, Hawkman tracks him down and forces him to reveal his history. When Hurrit's parents were ambushed by Orc assassins Tons and Adam's wife was killed, Hurrit offered Adam his talents to save his life. Hurrit had been selected to be the Wizard's champion. Sadly, one of the assassins shot Hurrit with an arrow, which made Adam furious and pursue Octon without mercy. Adam says Shazam and gives up his powers, freely allowing the Justice Society to take him in after realizing that he causes more destruction than protection. While the Justice Society attends to him on and gets ready to transport him and Adriana home, Amelia Harcourt brings Adam in. Ishmael, on the other hand, is in hell when he is discovered by the demons, who choose him as their champion and transform him into Sabak. He appears as a huge demon with crimson horns and then raises an army from hell to terrorize Kondak. The Justice Society makes an effort, but they are swiftly defeated. While the superheroes arrive at the palace's ruins, Amon gathers the locals to fight alongside him, along with Adriana and Kareem. In order to prevent Hawkman from dying, Fate blocks Cyclone, Smasher, and Hawkman from entering. While fighting Sabak, Fate makes use of his abilities to reach out to Adam and convince him to wake up and leave his pod. Though he tries to swim away, he loses consciousness. As he feels prepared to rejoin them, Adam has a vision of his wife and Hurrit welcoming him. Adam is then informed by Hurrit that the time is not now. Adam makes it to the surface and uses the word Shazam to regain his abilities. He returns to Kondak via air, where he witnesses Sabak killing Fate. Smasher, Cyclone, and Hawkman enter the fray to engage in combat. Hawkman looks to be impaled by Sabak as he passes away in Fate's vision, but Hawkman has deceived Sabak by projecting false images of himself using Fate's helmet. Hawkman's permission, Adam uses his killer instincts to combat Sabak, and in the end, he splits the bad guy in half while seizing him by the horns, eradicating the undead. Adam leaves the Justice Society as the Kondak populace yells, "Long live the champion!" In order to uphold his promise to safeguard Kondak, Adam decides to overthrow Lock rule. Tons Adriana is informed by him that he would now be known as Black Adam and that his previous name, teth-adam, is too archaic. Adam is located by a drone sent by Waller in the middle of the credits. She threatens to send forces after him if he doesn't stay in line. Adam asks her to do so before detonating the drone. A figure comes tumbling out of the smoke. He approaches Adam and says they should speak. The last son of Krypton is visible as he emerges from the haze. Superman. The mercenary organization Intergang has taken control of Kondak's country. Adriana Thomas, an archaeologist, discovers the crown of Sabak, which Intergang is seeking, and she awakens teth-adam, the purported champion of Kondak. Dr. Fate, Hawkman, Cyclone, and Adam Smasher of the Justice Society of America set out to bring Adam to Amanda Waller after learning of his destructive past. Adam demonstrates his strength and doesn't hesitate to murder anyone who gets in his way, yet he develops a bond with Adriana and her son Amon. Ishmael Gregor, the commander of the Intergang, kidnaps Amon and demands that Adam and the others bring him the crown. Even after killing Ishmael, Adam realizes that his powers remain uncontrollable, much as they were after he murdered the evil King Octon and the wizards had to lock him up. Adam confesses to Hawkman that his son Hurrit was the one who received the Shazam powers and was the real champion, but Hurrit handed them to his father in order to save him when assassins killed Hurrit and Adam's wife, which prompted Adam to get revenge. He voluntarily cedes control and submits. Sabak, a revived Ishmael, starts terrorizing Kondak. Before Sabak kills Adam, the Justice Society and the populace fight back, and fate calls Adam to action. Adam uses his abilities to split Sabak in two and save the city with the assistance of the Justice Society members who are still alive. He promises to guard them in an anti-heroic manner. Waller contacts Adam and threatens to send others after him if he doesn't stay in line. He challenges her, and Superman responds,